Hi Booktube! So I'm here to talk about the books I plan to read in April. I am going to be participating in Katie over at Books and Things Readathon for April, the TBR Clear Out Readathon, because I made it a point this year of focusing on the physical books on my shelf, along with reading some library holds as well for ebooks. But I was like, oh, this is perfect for me to help give me that extra nudge because it gives me prompts that maybe I wouldn't gravitate towards that book and I would let it linger on my shelf. Like, this is a good way to randomly kind of pick books off my shelf. So let's get into it. So I'm looking at the tablet here to figure out the prompts. So number one is set your TBR clear out goal. So as far as the number of books, I'm not sure exactly how many I selected here, but I think 10 physical books off my shelf would be a good number. I'm trying to read 2 physical books for every ebook or audiobook. So we'll see how that goes. So number 2, read a book that has been on your TBR for a very long time. So I chose Land of the Burnt Thigh by Edith Eudora Cole. And the subtitle is A Lively Story of Women Homesteaders on the South Dakota Frontier. I might have gotten this when I was in South Dakota in Rapid City, possibly. Oh no, I got this from California because of the stamp in here. It's from someone who lives in California. So no, I got this in the Gold Country area of California. But I have been to South Dakota several times. But this is all about, that time. I think, the late 1800s. And this book came out in 1938, and this edition is from 1986. So it's an older book, and so I'm sure at the time of writing this in the 1930s, the people interviewed, could very well have been alive during that time. So like firsthand accounts I find fascinating. So if we're getting to that one. And then number 3 is read a book that has been on your TBR for a very short time. So I went to the books I had just hauled here on Booktube, and so I'm choosing a poetry collection, Once in the West by Christian Wyman. There's like a Western theme going on here, but I chose this one because it's April is, I think it's National Poetry Month, so I was like, why not read a poetry collection? And Christian Wyman is an author, a poet I've read years and years ago, and I just found this at a library book sale. So I was like, oh, give it a go, because I read this author years ago, and I remember liking him, but I didn't read anything else after reading 1 or 2 collections. So I was like, this gives me the extra nudge to pick that up. And with poetry collecting, you can easily fly through things like this. But I feel like it needs more time than just flying through it to really digest, the meaning of the poems. Hi, Fable. Come here and get on camera. Oh, yes. She hears me talking. Yes. Oh, Toto. And goes, hello. She's so big, she takes up the whole camera. See. Hey, want your toy? Oh. So we can get over here this way. Oh yes. Well, she's kind of on camera. There we go. I'm kind of taking over her space here because right beside me is her bed, and so I have the books all laid out there, so I'm clearing it out so she can sit down if she wants to. Okay, so where was I at? Okay, number 4, read one of the longest books on your TBR, and so I chose a gigantic history book. It's big enough. This is thinking of library books. It's like an old library edition. None Died in Vain by Robert Leckie, the saga of the American Civil War, and I love this artwork. I think I featured this in a tag I recently did talking about artwork or book covers in general that I liked. And so it has a wraparound painting here. This one came out, well, someone checked it out in 2002. There's a stamp in here. Let me see. It came out in 1990, and this is the first edition, so it has library discard, but at least it has a plastic covering on it to protect it. It's a bit wobbly. Hopefully the spine, since it's a hardcover, hopefully it'll hold up to a reading. But this is, including the index, 682 pages. So that for sure counts as one of the longer books on my TBR. And I have heard good things about that book, so along with the artwork. Number 5, read one of the shortest books on your TBR. So I again went to the books I recently hauled. So I have kind of pamphlet type book. This one comes in at 32 pages, and this is a story of Almanzo Wilder, which is Laura Ingalls Wilder's husband, featured in Farmer Boy. So I was like, why not get to a book I just hauled? and added to my TBR. Number 6, read a book from your TBR that you fear you've lost interest in. So I combed through my shelf, and I'm still pretty interested in all these books because I recently, when I was doing the 100 book challenge starting back in November, I immediately, the first thing I did was see, is there any books lingering on here that should not be here before I start, reading through them. I mean, before, you know what I mean? Before, it's a good way to, start out with a 100 book challenge to like get your feet on the ground running. So I didn't think there was much on here that I'm no longer interested in, but one that I was just like, this has a smell to it. Like one of those old book smells, and it's creaky and stiff and just like this kind of yellow cover. All those things makes me not interested in it, but I think the story itself I'm going to be interested in. But this is about Anderson Island. It says Island in the Sound by Hazel Heckman. And here is the author here. Like even the photo is yellow and black, which I guess matches the cover here. But this came out in 1967, and this edition is from 76. But is there a map in here? Oh, the smell of it. Okay, yeah, there's a map of the island. It doesn't show you where in Washington it is, but I do like the artwork here. But yeah, we'll see if this holds up because it's very creaky, and I feel like if I hold it like too far apart, it's just gonna like, the glue is just gonna come undone, and then it's just gonna, all the pages are gonna come flying out. So that's why I'm not, maybe it's like this actual edition is what I'm not interested in, but I'm gonna push through and read it and get it off my TBR, and hopefully it makes it through that reading. So number 7, read a book from your TBR that you are excited to get to. So in April, Elizabeth or Lizzie Faye Loves Books gathered like fellow Gladys Tabor fans together, and so we were all doing a Gladys Tabor week this week actually. So I'm already started a couple of days ago, Spring Harvest, a novel by Gladys Tabor. I've mostly read her nonfiction about her house in the woods in Connecticut, but this is a novel about a group of college students. Not just college students, but it's like the professors and the dean and the principal, and then like the doctor of the town and the different wives of the different people. So it's kind of like a college worldview. You're following different people's perspectives and like their love lives and like their different marriages and the different drama of people's lives. So I'm greatly enjoying that. And then a book that I'm adding to my TBR is Still Meadow Sampler by Gladys Tabor. I was just watching today Sonia with an Eyes, her video for the Gladys Tabor week, and she was talking about, this was her introduction to Gladys Tabor and how much she loved, what did she call it? Something about like, there's like little gems in here sprinkled all through. And she had like so many tabs calling out the different passages. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get to this one because I added this to my, I can't even remember, to my collection a couple of months ago, I want to say. And I love the cover. I'm not like a cross stitcher, but this, the samplers where you have the different pieces of artwork on a cloth for cross stitch. And so I feel like this it gives you the right feel for the book. And there's also artwork in here as well. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. It's like a someone on a ship maybe, and then there's just random arts in a mailbox. And so yes, looking forward to that one. So that is the books I plan to read in April. I'm hoping to add some more to it, but we'll see because I have this gigantic book to get to. But I'll do a pile here, a pile of possibilities perhaps, but I really would like to get to all these, at least get through all of them and then make some good headway in the Civil War book would be great. So yes, let me know what you plan to read in April, or if you've read any of these or heard about any of these books on my TBR, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, BookTube.